So would you say that it's more impactful to exercise, meaning like going on a walk, not necessarily intense exercise? Is it more impactful to exercise after a starchy meal, or can doing it before the meal have a similar impact?
Yeah, that's a good question. The benefit is at the end of it most pronounced. Now, I would consider these to be two different types of things, though. Where to me, we can call a brisk walk exercise, but I would just say that's just kind of baseline minimum what you ought to be doing.
Hmm.
Ideally, a person does that after their most starchy meal of the day, but they have a separate time of day where they're deliberately and very explicitly trying to challenge their muscles to help them grow. Now, that doesn't mean we're all doing deadlifts, and pull-ups, but it does mean that we're challenging the muscles in some way or another, just to help the muscles stay big and strong.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think about it sometimes in the context of the blood sugar, like you said, with the walking, uh, because I guess when you exercise, you get this, like you said, insulin independent changes that cause more sugar to be taken into the muscles.
Hmm.
And I think that's through that more of the GLUT4 transporters come into the muscle.
Yeah, well, now
Now,
look who's getting too technical, Ben.
sorry, it's just something I'm curious about. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. But I don't know how long those receptors stay there, or those transporters, I guess I should say, not receptors.
Yeah.
How long they stay. So, say if I did an intense exercise and workout right now, or I finished right now, and then I ate something 10 minutes or 30 minutes from now, like how much of an impact those would still have. I don't know if you if you know anything
Well,
about
no,
the
well, the
timeline or whatever.
GLUT4, yeah, we are getting technical, but you're the one you started it.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
GLUT4 will cycle in and out of the membrane very, very quickly. Within just a handful of seconds, it's opened, and it's gone back in, and another one has come and opened. The effect, depending on the intensity and the duration of the exercise itself, but the GLUT4, the hungry muscle effect, can last for probably 30 minutes or so after exercise. However, that is sometimes countered by the gluconeogenic effect of the exercise. In other words, when the person starts exercising, especially if they're exercising in a fasted state, the muscles are consuming a tremendous amount of glucose, and
Hmm.
the liver starts releasing a tremendous amount of glucose to feed the muscle. So, depending on how intense the activity has been and how quickly we stop, in other words, kind of a modest cool down, we can actually see what had been a very low glucose during exercise spike quite readily, and then drop back down quite readily. But that's because there was just this brief mismatch that the muscles stopped consuming a lot of glucose, but the liver was still releasing it. And then the liver gets the message, okay, wait, we're done. All right, I'll stop. And then the muscle slowly clears through all that excess glucose, and we go back down to normal.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So basically, when you exercise, your muscles suck up more sugar, suck up more
Mm-hmm.
glucose. And so it's especially helpful after you eat that starchy meal to at least go on a walk or do anything to move around. And
Indeed.
that is interesting about the workout, how your muscles are sucking up sugar. And so your liver starts making more sugar. And then there can be a little lag and you get a little leftover sugar at the end or something.